Welcome to the It's a King Thing podcast with Miss Ray, and I'm Miss Ray, of course. Sorry for the delay in the uploading of the podcast, guys. I apologize. I am so sorry. I had a whole nother topic that I was going to discuss. However, because of the situation that I read about, it threw me off in what I was going to do. So, what I'm going to say is this: the little boy, Burkeyy 23 on Instagram, I believe is his name. I believe that's his name. Let me look at it again to make sure. Is Burkeyy 23 on Instagram. Is on Instagram begging for someone to help him and his sister because his father is a sheriff of Jefferson County and he is abusive mentally, physically, and financially, verbally. He has allegedly assaulted the sister, which is his daughter, a while back, a couple of years ago, he said, and it has since happened again. And each time they call the police, they don't do nothing because he is a fellow officer. So this young man is now begging for some help for his sister and him. Again, I'm going to say the mother continues to stay. The mother continues to stay. And I feel so bad for this young man who's on the internet begging for someone to see this video that has anything to do with the Jefferson County Department of Department of Police, the mayor, the governor, somebody to do something and give his family some help. Now, I personally don't understand why the mother hasn't done something with the father. Got rid of him, sent him somewhere, moved, went to a DV shelter with her children, got some assistance from your father, your brother, your uncle, your neighbor, somebody, and got your children out of there. If this is the second time that this little boy is telling us, this young man is telling us that your husband has allegedly bloodied up your daughter, it's a one and done for me. But that's just me. I'm different. You can't put your hands on my children and think that I'm going to let you get away with that. I'm not going to do so. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. However, I'm different. Everybody can't do that. Everybody's not willing to go to a shelter with their children, but you have to put your kids first. So the topic that I had earlier, I had to scrap and start with this one because it just happens that way. And I try to let God use me to say what needs to be said, to whomever needs to hear it. I did respond to the young man on here. I gave him the phone number to the resources for domestic violence shelter. They will help you. They will move you. They will help you disappear. Like they will help you get to a safe place. But you gotta want help. You gotta want to get out. You gotta want to do something different. And you gotta understand your kids have got to come first. This child is on the internet begging for some help for his family. There's no way a child, first of all, should even see any of this, let alone have to endure what God only knows what he's endured. But he's talking on behalf of his sister, not even on behalf of himself. So who's to say what's happened on behalf of him? We don't know. So the topic I'm going to do today is childhood trauma. Childhood trauma is so necessary and is so prevalent and is so, um, detrimental to children. There's several types of childhood trauma. There's physical abuse, which is inflicting physical harm or physical harm or injury to a child. There's sexual abuse involving a child in the sexual activities, exploitation, or assault. There's emotional abuse, humiliating, threatening, or constantly criticizing a child. There's emotional neglect, failing to meet a child's needs for affection, support, and emotional validation. Household dysfunction. Did you know that was a form of abuse? Household dysfunction. Growing up in a home with active substance abuse or family members suffering from severe mental illness. Did you know that was a form of abuse? I didn't know they were considered as abuse, but that is a form of abuse. Physical neglect, failing to provide basic needs like food, shelter, clothing, or medical care for a child. Loss of stability, traumatic grief caused by the loss of a caregiver or significant household instability from parental separation, divorce, or incarceration. These are all forms of childhood trauma. Exposure to domestic violence, witnessing or living in environments with violence or abuse between caregivers. That's a lot of types of abuse, you guys, that your children endure that you don't even realize that you're doing to them. Either one, because you just don't give a damn, or two, because you don't know any better. But there comes a time when you have got to put your kids first above all else, above your wants, your needs, and your desires. Just because you want a man, you don't put your child beneath that man. You put your child first because that man may not be about sugar, honey, iced tea. I'm trying to keep my mouth together. But I'm so sick of hearing about women, because it's mainly women that do it. Women who put their man before their child, and your child becomes victimized on so many levels, whether it's loss of stability, whether it's physical neglect, whether it's emotional neglect, whether it's emotional abuse. What about sexual abuse? How many times have these women, oh, that's my boyfriend, oh, that's my new man, that's my man, that's my man, and he over here touching on your children? That's your man, though, right? We have got to stop putting these people before our kids, because what? Our kids didn't ask to come here. They didn't ask to be born. They sure didn't ask you to be their mama, and they didn't ask you to make him their daddy. So, at the end of the day, it's not appropriate for you to put some man or piece of a man over your child who you laid there and carried and nurtured for 9 months inside your womb and pushed out. Your job is to take them and nurture them and turn them into productive adults in society. That's your job. But we run around here traumatizing our children. I'm not going to say we, let me revert that. I didn't traumatize mine. I'm going to take that. I didn't mean that like that. People are running around here traumatizing their children. Again, whether it's physically, emotionally, both, sexually, you're putting them in situations where you're leaving them with family members who you know touched you when you was a child. So why would you leave your child over there with them? What you think? Your child is not going to get touched? Or do you know your child is going to get touched and you want them to feel what you felt? Now, I want you to sit there and think about that. You just sent your child over to your uncle, Nim, who touched on you. What you thought? They weren't going to touch on your child? Or did you feel like, well, I lived through it so they can live through it too? Is that what we're doing now? Is that how we're doing it? That's not the way it's to be. That's not the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to put our children first. We're supposed to make sure our kids are our number one priority, always and forever. No shade, no hate, none of that. But we got to make sure that they are our number one priority. And if you're not going to make them your number one priority, then don't have kids. Don't have them. Do them a favor. Don't have them. Because when you have kids and you put them last or you play them to the side, they end up in society all fucked up in the head. I said it and I mean it. Like, at the end of the day, we've got to do better by our children. We've got to learn how to shape them and mold them. I have grown ass friends right now who are still trying to get over their childhood trauma, where mama did this, or daddy did this, or mama didn't do this, and daddy didn't do this. And now in their head, they all fucked up. I'm not worthy. That's not that you're not worthy, sweetie. They didn't do you right. They didn't know better. Kids didn't come with no training manual. I had my daughter in 1989. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have parenting groups and mommy and me classes. We didn't have none of that. We had none of that. We had a grandmama. I didn't, but I did have one other grandmother left, but she wasn't a teach you how to raise your grandmother kind of grandmother. She wasn't. She was quick to give you some money though. that was her. So I had to learn from learning on my own. My mom was there, but all she wanted to do was spoil her. My daughter could do no wrong. But again, I had to learn how to be the mother. I had to teach her what I wanted to make sure that she was able to do when she got older. And step by step, you build them into little humans into little adults, and they morph and they be like, ah, I did that. Is she perfect? Absolutely not. Is my son perfect? Absolutely not. Are my God kids perfect? Absolutely not. But you know what they're not? They're not running from the police. They're not convicted felons. They're not scamming the elderly or anybody else. They are productive people in society. And that is our job as parents, is to make our kids be productive citizens of society. That is our obligation. And if, listen, sometimes you get pregnant by accident. I get it. We out here doing grown folks things and we don't always prepare. And sometimes you get pregnant and you're not prepared. If you don't want to raise the child, please give that child up to somebody that does, that is willing to love it and nurture it and turn it into a productive person in society. There's too many kids out here now, all fucked up because parents that had them didn't want them. Parents that had them by a dude they was in love with who treated them bad, and I just wanted his baby, and he didn't want you, so now you don't want the baby. You treat the baby bad, and you mistreat the child. That child didn't ask to come here, and didn't ask you to be their mama, didn't ask you to pick them for a daddy. That was some decision that they didn't have nothing to do with. So now you're punishing that child for what exactly? They didn't ask you for none of this. And now they stuck with you as a parent. That's not fair. So either give them to somebody who will take them and raise them and love them and turn them into productive citizens of society, or go have an abortion. I said it. I'm sorry. I meant it though. I did. I did. Like, it's not fair to them. It's not fair for people like me who go through the internet and we read these articles about how y'all are unaliving your kids. You leaving them in hot cars. And I don't want to hear the bullshit. I forgot. Because that's the bullshit that you can tell somebody else, well, I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. I forgot my kid in the car. Because I have got into my car and I've looked and I've seen the car seat and panic and think I forgot the child. And I don't even have no babies no more. But because I have grandchildren, sometimes they're with me, I'm so over vigilant because I don't want to never forget them in my car. I have an alert on my dashboard. If I put groceries, if I open my back door for any reason, when I close my car door, it says check your rear seat. Anybody with a new damn car is getting an alert. Is getting an alert. Why? Why is it getting an alert? Because it wants you to look to make sure that you don't leave your child in the back seat. You cannot tell me that you don't know that your child was in that back seat. I'm not going for it at all in any way, shape, or form. I'm not going for it. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you say it. I've got tinted windows. Let me tell you, my windows is real dark. At night, I can barely see because my windows are dark. But let me tell you what I do. My paranoid ass still look because I think maybe I did pick them up, forgot, because I'm always on autopilot. We've got to look and check our kids and make sure our kids are where they're supposed to be, not left in some damn car to die of heat hyper. What is it called? Heat hyper something. I can't think of the word now. It's called heat hypothermia. I believe it's hyperthermia. Yeah, hyper is high. Yes, heat hypothermia. We have to stop doing that. We can't, we cannot, we cannot keep coming up with these excuses. I forgot. One guy just went to work. No, hold on. I've got the matter. Run it back. He went to drop the baby off at daycare. They said he never got out the car. Drove to work, came back to daycare to pick the child up. Child was in the car the whole time. Let me say that to you again. He went to the daycare, never got the car. Drove to work, left the kid in the daycare, came back to the daycare, picked the kid up. Kid was still in the car, never got the car. Hold on, guys. Somebody is talking to me from the other live.
There are legitimate cases where I work in an emergency room. I see this every year. There are legitimate cases. There's no excuse for leaving your child in the car, but it is not something that is nefarious or something that is done with willful intent. It is not something that someone knowingly and willingly does the majority of the time. Now that doesn't allow you to escape a criminal charge, but to go to the point where you're going to say, well, okay, well, people are you're making the intimation that people are doing this with intent and with purpose. And that just is not the case in the majority of these cases. Now, I'm not going to make excuses for anyone, and it is criminal, and it is abhorrent and repugnant. But at the same time, let's not go over the cliff and just commit to them being nefariously evil with the intent of killing their child. You have to balance that out a little bit.
No, not going to say you did it with criminal intent. I'm going to say you did it with willful neglect. If you went to your car and you put your child in that car seat,
that's right,
buckled your child in, and drove off, when you stopped, did you unbuckle your child?
We all know that's stating the obvious. That person should have been more vigilant. It's obvious. It's plain and simple. It's a child in the car. A and B, you take the child out of the car. Even if you're going to be gone for a minute, you take the child out of the car. But that being said, there are other factors, and there are other things within that dynamic that if you're not clinically and formally trained, then you can't, just make that leap. I'll put it to you like this, Franco. It would take a willful suspension of disbelief and a great deal of intellectual gymnastics for me to sit here and to believe that the person was so nefariously evil in their intent that they knowingly and willingly left the child in the car with the purpose of the child passing away. Now, there's black and white gray areas, but I work in an emergency room as a physician's assistant, graduated from Stanford, okay? I'm telling you, it is not the case that these people, for the majority of the people, do that. They are so overwhelmed with guilt, and a lot of them have to go into mental institutions just because this occurred in their life. So, let's not leap forward and make them all out to be, something that is, specifically with the evil intent. It's not always.
Not that it's the evil intent, but when we have, like I said, when you have children, you've got to make your child your priority. That's just the bottom line.
Responsibility. We all know it's like people that own guns.
Yep.
And their child takes the gun to school, and the gun accidentally discharges and kills another child. I've seen that. It's not like left or did not make attempts to secure the gun. It's not always that black and white. The real world is not.
Well, I feel like when it comes to gun control, my dad taught me to shoot at the age of 7 because he never wanted me to find a gun and think it's a toy and play with it. So again, it's all about your parents. If you have a gun in your home, you have to educate your children that it's not a toy. I don't care what you see on these video games. You have got to educate your children that gun is to be used to protect your life. That is it, and that is all. But they don't do that. They don't teach their children what to do with these firearms, and they leave them. I don't care if it's on a shelf. You know how kids are. They're gonna get a chair and get up there because I saw you put them up that I want to know what it was. That's what kids do. We as parents have to be responsible.
And he kept his stuff unsecured in the dresser by his bed.
Period.
I never even opened the drawer. I never even opened the drawer to look at the gun. I knew it was there because he told me it was there, and he told me I have to go in the drawer. But that being said, people should. You're actually stating the obvious here, and it's becoming a circular conversation. We know what we're supposed to do with common sense. All I'm saying is that let's not lead to just demonizing and condemning the person based upon our perceived lack of common sense.
So what do we do with them that continue to leave their kids in the car? What are our options now?
This is our option. First of all, the child's rushed to the emergency room where there's a team waiting on him. More often than not, if they've got to the point, we get a call from paramedics as to vitals and everything else. So when they get there, more often than not, if they can't resuscitate, the child passes away immediately. That person is taken into custody. Right? Even if the child does not pass away, immediately detectives show up, question the person. 85% of the time, they're taken into custody. Child is taken to DCF or to a close relative, and court proceedings start. But I've seen instances where all of that was done, and then the person was, either put on probation or outright charges dismissed. So it's not. We shouldn't leap to just demonizing a person simply because a horrific event of their own doing and of their own making happened.
So, Commander, when you see the child that was left in the car while she was in the nail shop getting her nails done, what we gonna do? What's that? What's your thought on that one?
I'm gonna code switch on you here for a minute because I'm not at work. Her is going to penitentiary immediately from now to the sun burn out. You drew with American money. It's commissary and motherfucking Christmas packages for your ass for the next 8 years.
Period. Okay. Because I was like, where's the commander? I know. I'm like, hold on. Where you at? Because I need.
Being said, it is not good for us to immediately jump to that when we do not know all the circumstances and everything.
She was in the nail shop. The trick was in the nail shop, getting her nails done.
She in an orange jumpsuit turned sideways on the 6 o'clock.
Period, Pooh. Period.
You're not going to see her until she goes in front of a parole board in her 70s. Okay.
But see, these are the ones I'm talking about. You got the other one. He at the gym. You at the gym. Your infant in the car, sweating to the oldie. Boy, listen.
You know what? If you really want to, some people might not take this serious, but this is being debated now, quiet amongst the American politicians. You have to have a license to drive a car. You should be mandated to go through some sort of educational certification by the state. Okay, if you are going to have a baby within that state.
Listen, everybody shouldn't have children. So a lot of so this all came about again by the young guy. I don't know if you heard the very beginning of the podcast. The young guy was on Instagram today asking for help because his father's a sheriff who's abusive financially, emotionally, physically, and verbally. A couple of years ago, he hit the sister in the face, bust her nose all open, this, that, and the third. Police came, oh, it's another brother, it's okay, it's a boy in blue, blah, 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 did nothing. Sent him to anger management classes. I said, anger management? No CPS case, no nothing. The man then did it again, allegedly. And now the little boy is like, what do I do? We keep calling the police, but nobody's helping him because he's a sheriff and it's not fair. He didn't hit my sister in the face again. Blase, blase. But he's the officer and nobody's doing anything. So I'm like, now see, if I did that, you gonna take my child, I'm going to jail, and I'm gonna have to fight to get my kid back. And the only reason why his nose got broken is his mouth was too big and I had to let him know who his mama was. But you gonna take mine, and I'm getting silver bracelets, and I'm going to jail. Okay. So I'm going to jail, like straight out. Like I'm going. There's not going to be no. Well, we understand you were disciplining your child. It ain't gonna be none of that whatsoever. Because at the end of the day, the first thing they'll say is you left a mark that's against the law. The law is not that you can't discipline your child. The law is you can't leave any marks. If they come and see any mark, good fella, go up to box one, please. If they see any marks, they are going to haul my black ass to jail. Straight out. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I'm going to jail. But because he's an officer and his friends then pulled up, he gets he's just one of us, and he gets an anger management class. I know you lying. It's not fair how we continue to put our kids in these situations, and we don't know that we are damaging them beyond belief, because when they become older, what the long-term effects are stuff such as failing to provide basic needs of housing, shelter, and clothing, Medicare. Their long-term effects are they're unstable adults because they're afraid of always being constantly left or lost. The grief that caused the traumatic loss of the caregiver, they never understand how to become whole individuals. Experiencing overwhelming negative events in the formative years wires the nervous system to anticipate danger. Let me say that again for you. Experiencing overwhelming negative events in the informative years of life in the nervous system of a young child makes them anticipate danger. And when unaddressed and untaken care of, those events manifest in adulthood. They manifest as emotional struggles. They have flashbacks. They have toxic shame, and they are harsh inner critics of themselves. So sometimes, like, I tell you guys before, like my dad was very abusive physically, mainly more to my brothers, more so to my brother than myself, but he was physically abusive. And the thing for me that he would do is because I've always had long hair. I always have had long hair, head full of hair. And I would be walking, he would always grab my hair. And he would just yank and that shit used to just take me just to a place of, I can't even explain it. To have a man snatch you by your hair. Okay. And this is your dad now. And he's snatching you by your hair. So now when people, even with a dude like plays and snatch my, like it triggers me. Like, don't fucking do that. Like, don't do that. Because I want to fight when you grab my hair. Like, I'm ready to, we about to square up and get it. Like, don't do that. Don't grab my hair like that because it flashes me back. So I understand what it says about flashback, because when you flash back, it does things to me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm also very critical about how I treat people, because it took me having to go to a psychiatric ward to understand the reason why I'm so protective of the people in my circle is because as a kid I couldn't protect my brother. And it took that psychiatrist having me locked up in that damn room to tell me that, and to break me down to make me understand, because I could not protect my brother because I was so young and so little, that now I'm always protecting other people. And some of them motherfuckers that don't deserve my protection. I'm gonna be just honest with you. And it just I really try to be good to people, because I know that childhood trauma shapes you. And that is why I'm so protective of the people in my circle, because I couldn't protect my little brother. But I'm bigger now and I can protect people now. So I'm careful who I let in my circle on purpose, because I'm that bitch. They know, don't call me. When you call me, I'm the last number you dial. Everybody who knows me knows I'm the last number you dial, because when I come, I'm not asking no fucking questions about what happened. Straight out. I'm the problem solver. I'm solving all problems, hands down, because I don't know any other way to be. I don't. I don't know any other way to be from childhood trauma. Childhood trauma will fuck you up as an adult. So be careful with your children, because if you're not, your children become fucked up adults. And they walk around with these childhood traumas that they don't know how to fix, but trying to save others from falling in the same fucking mistakes that they've already made. When I come on here and I tell you guys the things I've done and things I've been through, it's so I can save you from making the same mistakes that I've done. I am grateful that I was good to my kids. One of my children is in the military, and I pray every day that he continues to be safe. That he continues to be safe. But one thing I can't tell you about that little nigga, because the person that he now serves under, he said, Mama, I read the contract, and let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not breaking the law for nobody, and I stand by him on that. He's not going to let you put him in anything that's going to cause him to lose his freedom, because he don't play them type of games, because that's how I raised him. Are my kids perfect? No, they're not, but they're mine. They don't disrespect people. They respect their elders even when you don't deserve their fucking respect. It take a long time for them to tell you about yourself. However, if they call their mama, they know their mama gonna come and say, she gonna sever your head at the clavicle. Like, don't play with mine. Don't do it. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're their daddy. Don't play with mine. Don't do it. Because they don't bother nobody. So don't bother them. I need everybody to treat their kids like you want them to become productive adults and stop putting them in adult business. Stop using them as pawns with your exes. Stop using them as money bags and a money grab. Stop doing things that fucking your kids up in real life. Stop doing that. Because when you do that, it makes them come and become adults and they're spinning around trying to figure out what's going on because you did not give them the tools to succeed in society. I have a friend right now that I love dearly. And I tell him all the time, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. He doesn't give himself grace. We've all done shit in our past that we can't fix because in our past. But every day you wake up and you be better than you was yesterday. You wake up and you do better than you did yesterday. That's all you can do. We can't go back. There is no going back. There's no time travel that send us back and we can right them wrongs. There's no such thing. But what we can do is be better today. Be a better example to our children of how you're supposed to stand today. How you're supposed to function in society today. That's all we got. That's all we have. Our kids look to us for guidance. All we can do is lead by example. Learn from our mistakes and be better than us. That's all we ask as parents. Learn from our mistakes and be better than us. That's it. Nothing more and nothing less. Be better. Because if you're not, and if you continue to make the same mistakes that I made, that I tried to get you not to make, there's a place that they're going to put you either in the grave or in the penitentiary. You choose. You choose which one you're going to use. Because our children are our greatest gift. They're our greatest gift. And all we can do is shape them into being positive adults that when we go on to glory, we've left them with how to stand on their own 2 feet, how to believe in a higher power because they can't do nothing without it. They can't do it by themselves, and they can't depend on nobody but God because your friends will leave you. Your friends will bend you over. Your friends will steal from you. Your friends will lie on you, and so will your family. They will lie from you. They will steal from you. They will cheat on you. They will do all those things. Your friends and your family. The only person you can rely on is you, yourself, and God. That's it. You, yourself, and God. You can't rely on anybody else. You just can't. So I need everybody to understand that we have to treat each other the way we want to be treated. Treat each other the way we want to be treated. Live your life to the fullest because you don't know when your expiration date is coming. Don't do the woulda, coulda, shoulda, wish I would have did this and wish I would have did that and wish I could have did this and don't do that. If you got the time, go do it. If you got the money, go do it. If you don't got the money, go do it. Put it on a payment plan, put it on a credit card, do it. Because letting your life pass you by, and then when you going on, I wish I would have did this, I wish I would have did that. That's not a way to live. I have been fortunate enough to have been around the world. I have been to places that I didn't even know really existed, like Abu Dhabi. I thought that was something I heard on I Dream of Jeannie back when I was a kid. Like I never really knew that place was real. Abu Dhabi. Who went to Abu Dhabi? I did. Like I didn't even know that place was a real place. And I went to Abu Dhabi. They have a beautiful airport and the people there are wonderful. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to go to places that people dream of going. And I'm going to go to some more Because you know what I'm going to stop doing? I'm going to stop worrying about what didn't get taken care of right now. I can't take it with me. I cannot take it with me. So I'm going to enjoy it while I have it. And whoever don't like it, please don't look. Don't look, because you're going to be mad at me. I promise you, you're going to be mad at me. You're going to be mad. Because I promise you, anybody who's never been anywhere, I'm going to take you with me. Because I want you to experience things. It is $136 roughly to go get your passport. Go get your passport. You can get you a cheap ticket to Cancun, the Bahamas, Mexico. Excuse me. Go somewhere, see something, do something that you've never done before. Live your life. Be an example to your children that you did something, you went somewhere, you saw something. Because life is too short. Life is too short to be trying to figure out why I didn't do this and why I didn't do that. It's too short. And our kids look to us to be an example. My daughter told me one day, you stay going somewhere and do, and I'm gonna, and I'm gonna. You know why? Because if I die today, I want y'all to say, oh, she lived her life. She went here and there, and she got this from here, and she got that from there. Yep, yep. I want you to say all those things. I want you to say, I went to Israel and I got baptized in the River Jordan, and it was an amazing experience. Nah, let me tell you that. That's a lie. It wasn't an amazing experience, but let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you how the story about the River Jordan. Okay, so I was blessed to be able to go with my church to Israel on the Holy Land tour. Okay, you're going to get baptized in the River Jordan, and oh, I'm going to the River Jordan where Jesus was, and da 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 da. Okay. Now, for those of you who've been following me for a long time, y'all know y'all girl ain't wrapped too tight. Y'all know she ain't wrapped too tight. So we pull up to the place, and it's got brick rock walls. Of course, you would think because you're in Israel and everything's like rocks and mortar and stuff like that type of thing. And it stink. Now y'all know me. Y'all been rocking with me for a long time. If y'all know, you know. Your girl got a thing about smells and color and dirt, and she got a thing. So I get out, and we're all out, and it's about 100 of us, and we walking. Bishop is there, security's with us, and we're just walking. We go in and we change. We got on all white, got on a white head wrap, a white gown, and I look over into the River Jordan. It has like this metal gate around it, kind of like you see at the concerts. Okay, I need y'all to get the visual. So I'm looking past these gates, and then I see all this green shit on the rocks, and I'm like, oh, I'm not getting in there. It stinks and it's green. I know you lying. I'm not getting in there. I know y'all lying. Like you, that's it. You want me to get in there? I'm not going. I ain't going. Now I done staged the whole revolt. I ain't going. I ain't going. Bishop was looking at me like this one right here. I'm like, it's. I'm gonna come out and my white gonna be green and I'm gonna start to throw up. Like in my head, I was having a full on meltdown and I just started panicking and panting and tripping. Okay, everybody laughing. Everybody laughing because they think it's funny. I don't find it funny worth a darn. I'm straight tripping. Okay, I'm tripping. Bishop say, "Come on, mother." I don't want to get in there. It's nasty and it's stinking. Come on, mother. So I'm walking down and I'm like, I can't believe he got me in this nasty water. This is disgusting. I'm gonna. He was like, don't you do it. Oh God, I don't want to get. So if you see the picture, I'm doing like this on the picture, literally, because I'm so grossed out. Okay. I get there. Bishop tells me to turn around. So he's on one side and Minister, I forgot his name's on the other side. Mr. Darius is at my feet. And they take me and they dunk me in the they pray, they dunk me in the water. I come back up and I feel light. But when I tell y'all, my outfit was still white. Not a speck of dirt on it, was it? Not a single speck of dirt on it. And I was like, how is that possible? Like, how? I kid y'all not. Like, if you guys, I don't know if I have the pictures that show the walls of the. I'll go through my photos and look. But when I tell y'all, it was nasty and dirty and funky. I do not know how I came out just as white as snow, but I'm grateful that I did because your girl was really gonna trip. And God knew that I was gonna trip because His child is a little special in the head. He knows that. But when I tell y'all, I came out white, and I was like, okay, Lord, I'm gonna learn to shut up sometime. So I say that to say I would have never experienced Israel if I never just stepped out on, I just want to go see what it's about. I just want to go do this, or I just want to go do that. Because I had to stop being scared. I was scared for so long after my suicide attempts. I was afraid leaving my kids. Like, I just didn't live life. I was in a bubble with my child and then my children. And I just wanted to be there for them. And I was like, okay, it's time for me to learn how to live. My mother used to live and she didn't make it to a certain age. And I've now made it past that age. And I've now made it past 10 years past that age. And so I really, really live my life showing my children, go live your life. My son only joined the military because I told him to go see the world. You have no responsibilities. Go see the world. See what's out there, to the point of he now has somebody he's dating in Wales. And he goes to Wales every 3 months. The minute he gets some leave, he takes his black ass to Wales. I don't see him. I don't know what my child looked like. I seen him on FaceTime a couple of weeks ago. I don't see my child. He don't come see me at T-Tall. He barely calls. I might get a text out again. But he said, Mom, you told me to live my life, and I'm doing that. And I did. And I'm glad that he is doing just that, living his life, seeing the world. Who has been to Wales? I haven't. Anybody been to Wales? I'll wait. He is 26, has been to Wales 3 times. Wales, Turkey, and some other places. Living his life. Y'all have to teach your kids to fly. Because if you don't, this world will eat them alive. Society will chew them up and spit them out. They will chew them up and spit them out, and they will be just left there on the wayside, winding up in somebody's psych ward, somebody's prison, or homeless on the streets because you didn't teach them how to fly. That's your job as a parent, to teach your kids how to fly, how to live, and how to be somebody. That's your job. Do that. And if you can't, it's okay. Then give them to somebody who can. It's no dig to you. When I was younger, my mom let me live with my grandmother. My mother had me at 18. My grandmother had me for a lot of my formative years. It was no dig to her. But I try to tell my daughter the same thing. When you are young, having kids, you don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You lucky she had my grandmother to help to shape me and raise me. I didn't have my grandmother to help shape and raise my daughter. I had to do it on my own. But I learned, and I looked at other parents and I watched how they did their kids, and I either emulated that or I tweaked what I liked and what I didn't like about it to fit my child. We have an obligation to our children. I want to shout out my pastor, Pastor Mike Jr. When I tell you he puts his kids first, that man will be on the football field at 4 o'clock in the morning with Mason and Michael and Madison and cheering, and he's everywhere. But then he makes sure to get back to church to preach on Sunday. He makes sure to be there at Devo Energy on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 7:20 in the morning. Like, he's involved, but he's there for his kids. He puts his kids first because he said he'll give it all up for his children, because his kids mean that much to him, because they're his kids and his responsibility. We have got to put our kids first. I was telling my friend the other day, he is a truck driver. He always wants to get home to be with his kids. They're little, they're 5, and he should. He's supposed to, because they need their daddy. He needs to be there for them, to show them how a man is supposed to treat them girls. The man is supposed to open your door. A man is supposed to walk on the side by the street in case anything happens. It's going to hit him first before it hits you. A man is supposed to buy you nice things, treat you like a lady. That's how he treats his girls. Let me tell y'all a story. So the other day, we on the phone. He's shopping. and he finds these little persons. He said, "You think they'll like these? I think they'll love them. They'll love them because they're twins. They're 5." So he got one for one color, one in the other color, and took them home. And I was like, "That's so cute." He done went home with these little persons. It's so cute. And that's how you want your man to be with your daughter or your children. You want your man to want to put your kids first. Please don't get with a nigga don't put your kids first, whether they his kids or not. Please don't. Please, I'm begging y'all. Please stop putting these men before your children. Please. And if you can't, give your children to somebody who's willing to raise them and love them and teach them how to be productive citizens of society. Please, I am begging you. You know, they started talking about this article again about the little boy who came home from school and his mother and her boyfriend had moved out and left him in an abandoned apartment. This happened last year. This was not in 2026. It was in 2025. So don't believe what you see on Instagram because it's now resurfacing and recircling. It happened in 2025. But nevertheless, that sorry ass mama need her ass whooped. And her boyfriend need his ass whooped too. But you can't really be mad at him because it wasn't his kid in the first damn place. So why should he care, right? Why do women continue to get with these men who don't care about their children? But hell, she didn't care about her own child. So I'm not even mad at him. I can't be mad at him because she didn't care about her own child. Now, do you know what that child is going to go through for the rest of his life? Do you have any idea what he is going to go through for the rest of his life? No, you don't. You do because I just gave you the list of things that he's going to go through. Why? Because he is going to be traumatized forever. He's going to have abandonment issues. He's going to have flashbacks. He is going to go through so many things and try to figure out why he wasn't good enough for his mother to love, why he wasn't good enough for his mother to put him first, why he wasn't good enough for his mother to not let this man, God only knows what this man has done to him or said to him or what she's done to him and said to him, because clearly she did not love this little boy at all. Allegedly, the neighbor said the mother had put the child out several times prior. The little boy is only 12. He is all of 12 years old. How are you putting your child out and how you didn't call the police on this broad? See, it's little shit like that that irritates me about neighbors who got so much to say now, but did you call somebody and report this broad? Because it couldn't have been me and my neighbor. Because after I called the police, we probably would have had to knuckle up. I'm gonna just go on to be honest with you, because I'm from that old school. It take a village to raise a child. It take a village to whoop an ass too, because that's what's wrong with us. We don't stand up for these children. There's no way in hell you have put this 12-year-old out, and I'm not gonna go to court and fight if you to ever get that child back again. There's no way in hell. I will be at every court hearing. I will be at every anger management class and anything else that I could do. And if you had any other kids, I'm gonna make them take them too. Because I'm that type of person. You don't get to put your child out who didn't ask to come here. Again, I say, he didn't ask to come here. He didn't ask you to be his mama. And where's his father? Did you not offer him to go to his daddy? Did the daddy know? Because allegedly what you told the officers was the uncle was coming to get him. That's what you told the officers, the detectives. So when the detectives, because you didn't give the detectives the uncle's name, but of course, they found the uncle. Because why? They're detectives. They found the uncle, and the uncle said, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean she left my nephew? So now you got this man under the radar with these damn detectives, and he don't even know what you're talking about. I don't understand why people have kids if you don't want them. If you don't want them, please give them to somebody that does, or don't have any. There's a novel concept. Don't have them. They didn't stand like and say, hey, I want her to be my mama. They didn't do that. So therefore, treat them accordingly. Treat them like God blessed you with them. Treat them as such. Because there are so many people who can't have kids that would die to be in your place to be able to have children. And here you are throwing them away like garbage. Can you imagine how that child is going to feel? The trauma of it all, behavioral patterns, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. His survival responses is going to be, he don't even know how to survive because he's 12. He is 12 years old. And guess what? He's 12 years old and you've abandoned him. And it's not the first time, allegedly. It's not the first time. But baby, I hope they put you in a cell with a woman who lost her child. I pray that they put you in a cell with a woman that lost their children. And I hope she's real nice to you. I said it. I hope she's real nice to you and every other woman in the cell block that don't have access to their kids. I hope they real nice to you. I hope they welcome you every single day. Every day. I hope they welcome you. I do. And this other little broad with the 4-year-old that was missing, and then they found the 4-year-old had been dead for over a month. I hope and pray. I hope and pray that Bubba and them real nice to the daddy. I do mean super nice to the daddy. And I hope the mama meet Bertha and them, and they real nice to her too. Because you know what? That little girl was some kind of cute, and she didn't deserve y'all as parents. She did not. What's her name? Janaea. What's her name? 4-year-old cute little girl. She did not deserve y'all as parents. And then they charge you with filing a false police report. Girl, bye. Like, what was you thinking? Did you think that they weren't going to figure out? Listen, when we started hearing about the little girl missing, we knew that that baby was gone. We just was like, which one of you did it? But then both of y'all had a hand in it. I hope that they are real nice to y'all in prison. Now they just try to recover her body. And I just want you to know, I can't stand parents that hurt their children. I don't wish you any good luck. I don't wish you any peace. I don't wish you nothing. There's a cold place in hell for you. And I feel no sympathy for you while you sitting in your mugshot looking pitiful. Don't look pitiful now. Don't look pitiful now because you wasn't pitiful when you was killing your 4-year-old. I don't care how she died. The fact that she died in your custody, I don't care. And then you lied. They said the people said they haven't seen her for over a month. So where's she at? And you still won't tell the police how to recover her body. Yeah, no, I don't feel sorry for you at all. At all, at all, at all. But now listen, for y'all who are in domestic violence situations, I like to try to give you guys some resources. First, for the mental health, the Boris P. Henson Foundation. You can Google it. That's the one that Taraji P. Henson started on behalf of her uncle. You can dial 988. Suicide Prevention Hotline is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can reach out. You can also text. They're texting as well. For domestic violence, 1-800-744-SAFE, I believe is the number. 1-800-799-SAFE. My apologies. 1-800-799-SAFE or 7233. You can always reach out to me. It's a King Thing. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all the platforms. I do respond. I might not respond right that second, but give me time. I promise you, I'll always respond. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the It's a King Thing podcast on YouTube. I definitely come over there and respond to your comments there. I respond to you on IG, TikTok. I respond everywhere because I want you guys to know that I come on here to let you guys know my business so that you don't think that you're in this alone, because you're not. Everybody has flaws. Everybody has been struggles. I try to let you guys know that you may see me on these red carpets and these gowns and doing all these different things, but you don't know my struggle. You don't know where I came from. You don't know what I've been through. And I want you, if you don't give up, if you don't give out, your day is coming. The sun will come out tomorrow. It may not seem like it right now, but I guarantee you it will. If I had my way, I would be dead and going to glory. I promise you. But God saw fit to keep me. So I live by example. Please don't give up. You're not alone. All right. I love you guys. The love of the Lord. Here's some rays from Ray. Woo. Love you guys. Woo. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening to It's a King Thing podcast. I will talk to you soon. I am signing off of TikTok. I am signing off of Instagram Live. And I am going to stay on.